Now, the sight of veterans on Whitehall standing in the shadow of the cenotaph is an annual focal point of reflection on Remembrance Sunday. This year, just 26 former servicemen and women were allowed to march past, with the public asked to stay away. But it didn't stop people across the country pausing to remember the country's war dead. Paul Davies reports.
Pandemic or no pandemic, on the stroke of 11, as always, the nation stopped to remember. But with no crowd and a scaled-down ceremony at the cenotaph, this was a very different Remembrance Sunday. The Queen at 94 was not going to miss it, but few of her generation were present. From a balcony she watched Prince Charles lay the first wreath, to be followed by other members of the royal family, political and military representatives. Perhaps the biggest difference, there were just 26 socially distanced veterans marching instead of the usual 10,000. One of them, Ian Aitchison, on the right here, is about to celebrate his 97th birthday. This veteran of the Normandy landings, proud to represent those who couldn't be here.
It is special, extra special, extra special. I'm the only one to be chosen. I think just because of my age, I would think that's the only reason.
And do you mind me asking who you were thinking about today?
Yes, I was thinking about one of my close friends in Normandy got killed in Normandy.
It is a token group of veterans on parade today. Because of the threat to their health, many thousands of old warriors who would have loved to have been here have not been able to do so. But across the country, they have still found their own ways to remember and pay tribute. Like thousands of veterans, 96-year-old John Roberts observed the silence on the front doorstep of his home in Kent.
While I was standing there saluting, I was able to think of those who I'd known who never came back, probably more deeply than if I'd been with a crowded Whitehall.
There is a determination among these old warriors to see off this latest crisis so they can remember lost comrades in the traditional way next year. Paul Davies, ITV News.
Now, Remembrance Sunday events in Whitehall were scaled back today as many of those who would usually take part had to stay away. But the sentiment remained the same, as our reporter Jenna Viticcio found out.
96-year-old Mildred Schutz would usually join other veterans at the cenotaph on Remembrance Day. During World War II, she was part of Special Operations Executive, a secret British organisation which conducted espionage and reconnaissance in occupied Europe. This year, because of the pandemic, she had to watch the service from her living room. But that did not remove any of the emotion.
Time heals your memories, really does. But looking back, I don't think we really realised the risks that we were taking. After the war, I used to help organise the parade at the cenotaph, and we felt very strongly about it because we all had personal memories of it. And I only ever met one person who didn't agree with it, and she said, you can't look back, you've always got to look forward. We pointed out to her there wouldn't have been any forward if we hadn't fought for it in the past. And I just hope everybody really does understand. Although it's many, many years ago, we should never ever forget the cost of it.
Others who wanted to mark the special day have found a way online. These care home residents from Lambeth and Lewisham have been paying tribute to the force's sweetheart, Dame Vera Lynn.
Keep smiling through, just like you.
The song perhaps hasn't held a more appropriate message of hope since its original release in 1939.
The dark clouds far away.
Hello again. Well, this Remembrance Sunday delivered a real mixture of conditions across the capital. Misty low cloud, sunny spells and even a few showers in places too. Now, as we look ahead towards the next few days...